I wonder if you could just tell us about how you became involved in the project.
Well, I don't know if any of you remember an episode 2 Christmases ago.
Hold on, who are you?
I'm the Doctor. Simply the Doctor. The one, the only, and the best.
And there was a guy who thought he was Doctor Who as well. And he was in fact acted by a man called David Morrissey, who lives next door to our house. So we went to watch it in his house. And afterwards my children said, why don't you do Doctor Who as well? So I said, all right. And then we spoke to Stephen. And so I did it under orders from my children.
When you've written the script, do you go into sort of detail about how you imagine the monster will look, or is that something that kind of comes later on?
I had some ideas, but Johnny was the guy who was going to eventually have to deliver the monster. So it took us a while to decide, whether it was going to be there for real or CGI or how it was going to work.
How did you visualise it the first time when you put pen to paper? How did you visualise the monster?
Scary.
Literally,
that's all. I have no visual imagination, so Amy's a circle with a smile and 2 dots, and the monster's a bit fuzzy. So I was really up to Johnny and the team to really work out something that they thought would work.
How much freedom do you have as a Doctor Who director, in the sense that obviously there's a look to the series, and presumably there are things you can and can't do, and particularly in this episode because there was lots of work around obviously the Vincent van Gogh storyline. And kind of recreate his paintings and the look of his the location and so forth. How did that work for you?
Well, in terms of what you can and can't do, I think you always are just guided by each individual story and script. What we wanted to do here was to, try and recreate Van Gogh's world with all the kind of the colour of that world and the excitement, but yet nevertheless have the kind of the ochre tones of 19th century Provence. So it was about balance, really.
What was your favourite episode to film?
Is that to everybody or
To
Karen?
My favourite episode. I'm split between 2.
This one, obviously.
This one, clearly. No, I really did. Okay, 3. No, but listen to my reasoning. Because I was pregnant in Amy's Choice, and that was just really funny. For me, hopefully for other people as well. And also the very last episode 13, the second part of the finale, because Amy's story comes to this big climax, and it was just really interesting.
How does the TARDIS move? Like, say you're in one place and then it moves to another place. How does it do that?
Right. That's one that's puzzled me as well, actually.
Okay, here we go. Basically, to get from, say you want to get from like our sun to the neighbouring sun, right? You want to get from A to B. The way to do that is the Doctor bends space-time and brings those 2 points together to create like a vortexy wormhole thing. And then the TARDIS travels through that, and that's what we see it when it's dematerial, Yeah.
Dad,
Yes.
Quite a young Curtis in the audience.
if you wanted to write an episode before this one, which one would you write?
Well,
What a very good question that was, Richard.
yeah. We in our family we liked the episode called Blink a lot. We thought that was very, very clever and very, very scary. So I wish I'd written that one.
How come only Vincent could see the monster?
How come he could see it?
Yeah, only him.
That's a very good question. My idea was that painters and artists can see things that we can't see. When a painter paints something, they don't paint exactly what you see with your eyes. They kind of get an extra vision of how it might be. And I've got a feeling that really, really great artists can actually see monsters that exist in the world which normal people can't see. So that was my idea.
What was your favourite scene in that episode?
Oh, I've got 2 again. The one where the Doctor is being flung around in the garden and Vincent's like trying to fight the monster. Because from Amy's point of view, it's really strange because she can't see anything and she's just seeing people flying around and Vincent going, "Argh!" So that was quite fun. And I liked the ending scenes as well because they're quite sad.
I like the scene when Van Gogh comes to the Musée d'Orsay and sees all those pictures, and I just think it was so miraculous that we found a guy who looked so like him. And I think Johnny shot that beautifully. There was a huge pressure on him, because I said this is the most important scene.
Yeah, no pressure.
You've got to do it well.
Yeah.
But I think I love that one. And there's a really great moment when the painting comes in, his famous picture, and you see it next to our actor's face, and I think that made me really believe that, and every single scene, obviously, that Karen was in.
I'd like to put you on the spot and whether you could think about the last 3 episodes that we haven't seen yet, and whether kind of Karen or Piers, you might be prepared to just tell us something, even if it's just a one word, a little exclusive hint of what we might expect, or a little teaser about what we might expect.
I'm going to say time loop.
Ooh. She's raising the stakes there.
Yeah.
I'm going to say cracks in time.
Oh.
Did you feel that murmur of excitement there? You heard it here first.